Hi guys, I'm here with Summer Parker Hall, a junior on the Cornell women's basketball team and a member of WACA. We're going to talk a little bit about locker room dynamics, being a black girl in sports. So, Summer, you're from Chicago, very different just situation than what we're at like with Cornell. What has your experience been just in general as a black woman athlete?
First off, thank you for having me on this. I'm very excited, and I do think that this is a very important conversation to be had. But yeah, throughout my entire life, I've been one of few, maybe if only only black girl on my team. Always felt included. I always felt like a part of a family on the multiple teams that I was on. So it's not always like a bad thing, but there are moments in my life where I felt like I was just different from the girls on my team, and I think that's natural just because I was the only black girl.
It's important to say because sometimes you hear these stories and it's like horror stories, and I'm sure both of us probably have some things that didn't really go well and that were really hard at the time, but overall it's kind of just, I think it's talking about how representation matters and adds to the experience. You can still be in these spaces, but having more diversity just makes it better. I feel like now there's so many more basketball girls at WACA and things going on. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. When I was a freshman, there was about a few black girls on our team. And now I'm a junior, and our incoming freshman class, there's about 4 black girls, and with the few that we already have, so we're a very diverse team right now. And I love it. I hope it continues. I'm having a great time with my teammates. I just never felt in my life that I've been able to relate to so many people, and in different ways too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the only black girl from Chicago on my team, but there's a black girl from California. You know what I mean? Like, we're just all very different, but we all like are the same in a sense, and I've never felt that way before. So it's very fun, and I feel like I was missing out a little bit because I've never been able to experience that before, but I'm very glad now that I get to experience this like so late in my career.
Kind of the goal of WACA Chats, right? Which is an opportunity for coaches at Cornell to reach out to members of WACA to do recruiting conversations with their recruits. And the whole point is for girls to get an idea of what they could, have at Cornell if they decided to come. So I love that. I know I talk about it all the time. I know, guys, but at the Black Student Athlete Summit in May, there was a presentation from USC black women athletes talking about their experiences, and there were specific quotes, and there were a lot of different things of them saying, like, my coach tells me to kind of tone it down for the sake of team dynamics, or they don't feel like people kind of represent them well, or they don't feel like people understand them. And of course that can help a lot with teammates, but what about coaching? Have you ever had a black coach?
I've never had a black coach. This is also my first time being coached by women. We do have an assistant coach right now who is African American, and I love it. I feel like representation matters, and I feel like it's very important to have someone who you can relate to on different levels, on coaching staff, on the team, like team members, like anybody. So I feel like it's very important, and I'm glad to now have a black coach.
So earlier you said that this current Cornell team has kind of opened your eyes to what you've been missing a little bit in past experiences. How do you think girls watching your team, like, what's the impact of that?
I definitely think it's something to look out for, just because we are here to inspire younger girls, majoring in things that we want to major in, and being successful on the court, off the court is very important to see, just so someone could look at us and be like, I want to be them one day. And that's important because I feel like we all had those role models where, especially black girls, like my mom was my role model. So yeah, I think that having someone to look up to and want to be just like is very important for anybody.
Yeah, I remember all of the athletes that I used to look up to, and they were black women, but it wasn't just because they were black. It was also like something about their personality or their hair, something that they did, and that's what you get when you have a diverse team. You don't have to choose just one black girl because she's black. You get to kind of find people that you truly connect with beyond that. What is your advice for those girls?
My advice would be like not to be afraid to be the only one. I've had many experiences in my life where I was the first black girl on many teams, or like in the school or anything like that. Like, not afraid to be the first, because if I was afraid, I wouldn't be where I am today. And then my other piece of advice would be like not to be afraid to speak up for yourself. If someone says something that you don't like, rubs you the wrong way, like, don't be afraid to say that, and just stand your ground and just be proud of who you are. You're here for a reason.
Hey guys, it's Sydney. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Talk About It. If you did, make sure to leave a review and send it to a friend. Let's keep this conversation going. I'll see you guys next week.